All right, welcome to a short, relatively easy section, partnering organizations. So we're backing up. This is one of the two smaller sections that comes in between timetable and evaluation. So why do you need partnering organizations? In some ways, this tells your funder that you're connected with the community and you're going to be capitalizing on other community resources to run your program. It also helps you make it run more smoothly, recruit participants, maybe cut costs. So what are the requirements? We'll be going over these in more detail, but you're required to, at minimum, describe who manages the evidence-based program, and at least one additional local external organization that will be providing referrals, resources, and/or personnel. You do want to be consistent with methods and budget. You'll get points for that. I'll say more about that. And this is pretty short, you can see. Okay, so I'll go into each of these in more detail. The types of partnerships you can be considering writing about here are referrals, resources, personnel, and your evidence-based program. Now, in real life, if you were, for example, working with an organization to provide food or guest speakers or to help you provide participants, you would get a letter of intent for them, which again sends a message to your funder, hey, we're connected with the community and other people are supporting us. But for this class, you don't actually have to call anybody or ask them if they'd be willing to donate resources or staff or anything like that. Okay, so referrals. Who is helping to market or refer your program? Or who are you referring to? So are school counselors referring people in, medical professionals, community groups, or other agencies that serve your population? Or, for example, maybe your program is for all third graders at an elementary school, and so there's not really anyone referring to you. And so in that case, you could be thinking about, if we had a kid who was in need of additional support beyond what our program would provide, who might we refer to? So here's a referral example. In addition, we will be relying on local organizations in our community to refer older adults to the PEARLS program. For example, the Larimer County Adult Protective Services receives referrals daily about vulnerable adults that may need additional supports and services. Likewise, the Pets Forever program also serves older adults by pairing volunteers, oftentimes CSU students, with homebound seniors who need support in caring for their pets. And so this might be in your agency investigations and the worksheets that your group did. This might be information that you gathered that helps that you can draw on here. Or it might be when you talked about services in your needs, in the needs assessment, kind of what exists, you could go back to some of these agencies and say that they would be a referral source. All right, resources. Who is providing resources locally, either in kind for a fee? Are you having to obtain a different space, either for a fee or for donation? How about food? How about any materials or transportation? So here's a resources example. The 4 Kids of Broward County is an organization that has multiple facilities that provide children and young adults with secure refuge. The Palm Beach and Fort Lauderdale facilities will be providing space for our service providers to meet with clients when a location outside of school or home is necessary. Sharing space with this organization will also enable us a coordination of care in the instances that the foster youth, a part of our program, do not have a safe place to stay overnight. Okay, personnel or staff. Who else might be providing personnel to your program? Are you getting interns from CSU or another university? Are you getting volunteers from somewhere? Are you getting guest speakers from other agencies to come in? Or are you, in rare instances, hiring somebody to evaluate your program? Here's an example of personnel. In order to inform older adults in our area about the Pearls program, we will ask a student from the CSU Department of Marketing to develop a series of flyers and promotional materials. The intern will work with our program director to distribute these flyers to multiple organizations in the community that serve older adults. And then lastly, you are required to talk about the EBP. And so you want to go to the website and see if you can figure out, under the About Us, where are they housed? Are they a private company that's completely devoted to the EBP? Is it through a university, a larger nonprofit organization? And so you want to describe that here. Here's an EBP organization example. A primary partner in our project will be the University of Washington Health Promotion Center, which currently oversees the Pearls program. The Pearls program was developed to be a collaboration between the Seattle-King County Aging and Disability Service Office and researchers at the University of Washington in the late 1990s. Since that time, UW has been actively involved in the management, evaluation, and distribution of the program across the country. And you could even say it shorter than that. Okay, so it's really important, as always, to make sure you're being consistent. And so you want to be thinking about what you have in the methods section. If you said you were going to be recruiting through specific agencies or marketing through specific agencies in the methods section, then you should be talking about them here as well. And then if, for example, in your budget, you talked about having interns that you were getting from somewhere, then you would be talking about that here as well. Here's the resources you might be referring to. As always, the course workbook, the latest revisions to the methods and budget sections, those agency investigation worksheets if people explored agencies in the same community that you're focusing in on now, and of course proposal checklist and sample proposals.